The Mass Effect trilogy is peak. The story was phenomenal, and there were actual stakes involved with what you did. Your choices had an actual impact on the game. Your entire squad, including you, could die horribly if you messed up. Your actions can make the best girl in gaming send herself off a cliff. The cast of characters is some of the best in any franchise ever. The combat was fun with several kinds of abilities and archetypes that felt meaningfully different, and it only got better as the games continued. The tactical depth of combat made you feel like an actual commander because you had full control over what your squad was doing at any point, telling them where to shoot, who to shoot, what ability to use, and where. Each game in the trilogy is beloved by audiences, and they all won several awards. So how did they follow up with their fourth installment in the series? With the most abysmal dog shit you can imagine. Day one, this game had more bugs than a New York Times writer's dinner plate. Invisible enemies, your car exploding for no reason, Cora's titties doing the cha-cha slide, whatever the hell this is.
See? No reason we can't be civilized.
It's no wonder it got a 24% price cut less than a week after it came out. The facial animations were nightmare fuel. Even stop motion from the 60s had better facial expressions. And speaking of the faces, the main character wasn't just beat by the ugly stick, she got hit by the whole damn forest. Core aspects of her DNA were just not formed properly in the womb. How can you look at this face and think, that looks good enough to ship?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Along with the faces, the dialogue is so cringy and horribly written, you'd think the people from Veilguard wrote it. And it does this thing a lot of games do now, where there cannot be a single moment of silence.
Well, Crazy just found us. Those rocks out there are floating. You think that energy cloud we saw could cause all this? What the hell is this? This is crazy! Is this for real? What the hell's going on with this place? How's your gun? Might want to see if it's working. Think I'd rather fall than get hit by lightning. That's it. We're getting there. What was first contact protocol again?
No deadly force unless fired upon.
Yeah, said no one in the field ever. Looks like you knew how to handle a gun back there. They want to fight! We'll give it to them! That's the last of them. Still, take a look at this architecture. This is really something. There, watch out! What is this thing? Okay, it's dead. I think I really pissed that one off. Maybe because I shot him in the face.
Shut the fuck up! Know your fucking place, trash!
The story's also ass, and almost every single choice you make does not mean a damn thing. If you blow up the factory with Angara inside of it, instead of not doing that like they asked you to,
no consequences will come to you.
Your choice of ambassador,
there are luckily no consequences to your decision.
This is coming from a franchise whose whole shtick was basically that your actions have consequences. And I don't even want to talk about how much of a downgrade your choice of squad mates is. I intentionally did not do a single loyalty mission in hopes that at the end of the game they would all die. Moving on to combat, they removed all tactical depth. The thing I said earlier about you actually commanding your squad and telling them what to do and where, that system was gutted and reduced to, you go over there. I swear they dumbed it down because they knew only dumb people would play this game for more than an hour without refunding it. Sure, they added a jump pack and a dodge, which is cool and all, but it feels like the only actual purpose of it is just to deal with their lame-ass platforming. While making Andromeda, the devs said that with the previous Mass Effect games, they figured out combat and they figured out the narrative, so they wanted to focus on bringing back exploration. Well, they threw those first two in the fucking dumpster, so maybe the exploration's really good. No. You get empty-ass worlds where you do the same thing over and over while you have to drive for 35 minutes to get anywhere. So after the failure of Andromeda, what do you think Bioware did? Call it. Did they release a good game, or more abysmal dog shit? Ooh, that's too bad, it's more dog shit. Anthem was a failure in every measure of the word. People were insanely hyped about this game, which just made the disappointment hit so much harder. The state it launched in was buggy as hell, a Bioware staple. Horrible performance issues to the extent that people's PS4 would have their databases corrupted. And the servers were terrible. The game also had an identity crisis where it wanted to be a story-driven RPG and a looter shooter, but didn't do well at either. Additionally, there wasn't a whole lot of content and missions were repetitive as hell. If the game was free to play like Destiny, which was the game they were clearly trying to be like, maybe they could have had a chance, but I think the $60 price tag really didn't help their case. After exactly a year of being alive and announcing their work on overhauling Anthem to make Anthem 2.0, they shifted to other projects and canceled any future plans with Anthem. So after 2 fat stinkers in a row, what do you think Bioware did? I tell you again, call it. Well, look at that, you're right. Man-made dog shit, bot. I won't talk about Veilguard too much, because for one, every YouTuber on the planet has already said everything that can be said about it, and two, I don't want to go back to having nightmares about Tosh growling at me again.
Think about us having sex.
But after the generational embarrassment that was Veilguard, Bioware was hit with massive layoffs, which included most of the Veilguard writers apparently, with the company going from over 200 employees to less than 100. This leaves the future of Mass Effect 5 in an interesting place. With the sheer amount of slop that Bioware has been putting out for the last decade, no matter who you bring in to make the next game, and no matter how good it looks, people are going to have a hard time believing in it. If the game isn't a perfect 100 out of 10, people are going to be unhappy. If Mass Effect 5 has anything less than Liara just straight up showing whole, Bioware is probably going to be done for good. I'm going to have to rate Bioware a solid 1 chance left out of 5. Thanks for watching, and if there's any other topic you'd like to see me discuss, let me know.